Whatever happened to LaRon Robinson, one of the few one-season wonders we all want back in the NFL? He did great replacing Miles Austin when he got injured. Dallas was working with something good, with Robinson and a young Dez Bryant. Robinson was drafted by the Atlanta Falcons in the third round of the 2007 NFL Draft. He played college football at Illinois State. While at Illinois State University, Robinson accumulated 192 career receptions, a school record, while contributing with 3,007 yards, also a school record, and 29 touchdowns in 2004. He caught 47 balls for 564 yards and a 12-yard average and 7 touchdowns as a junior in 2005. He was named the league's Offensive Player of the Year and All-Consensus All-American after collecting 85 receptions for 1,465 yards and a 17-yard average for 12 touchdowns. He was also a finalist for the Walter Payton Award, given to the top offensive player in the Division I AA in 2006. He was limited to 40 catches for 718 yards with 7 touchdowns because of an ankle injury that caused him to miss 4 games. In 2009, he was voted to the Missouri Valley Football Conference Quarter Century Team. LaRon Robinson had pre-draft measurables of height of 6'1", weighed in at 193 pounds, arm length of 32 inches and 1/4, hand size of 9 inches, ran a 40-yard dash in 4.4, a 10-yard split in 1.5, 20-yard split in 2.5, a 20-yard shuttle in 4.2, a 3-cone drill in 6.8, a vertical jump of 39 inches, a broad jump of 10 feet and 7 inches, a bench press of 19 reps, and a Wonderlic score of 15. Robinson played as a rookie for the Atlanta Falcons. He played in 15 games, including 6 starts, and recorded 37 receptions for 437 yards with an 11.8 yards catch average and 1 touchdown in 2008. He slipped onto the team's depth chart because of the emergence of rookie Harry Douglas. The return of Brian Fitterin from a 2-year absence because of knee injuries. That season, he played in only 6 games because of a head and hamstring injuries, making 5 receptions for 52 yards. On April 8, 2009, the Atlanta Falcons traded Robinson in their 5th and 6th round selections in exchange for St. Louis in their 5th and 6th round selections. Robinson became a starter until he fractured his fibula on September 28, 2009, and was placed on injured reserve for the remainder of the season. At the time, he was leading the team in receptions with 13 for 167 yards. In 2010, he had another dismissive season, finishing 5th on the team with 34 receptions for 344 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Rams released him in the offseason. Robinson signed as a free agent with the San Diego Chargers on August 3, 2011. He had a disappointing preseason in which he had only 1 catch for 18 yards through the first 3 games. Despite an impressive final preseason game in which he caught 6 passes for 120 yards, he was still released at the end of training camp on August 3, 2011. Robinson would end up breaking out during the 2011 NFL season. On September 7th, he was signed by the Dallas Cowboys, only to be released on September 13th after suffering a hamstring injury during his first practice. On September 20th, he was re-signed to the roster as insurance to shore up an inexperienced wide receiver roster. He quickly earned the 3rd receiver job on October 2nd. He caught 7 passes for 116 yards in a loss to the Detroit Lions. During the Week 8 loss against the Philadelphia Eagles, he had 5 catches for 103 yards and a touchdown, his first as a Cowboy. In the next game on November 6th, Robinson again caught 5 passes for 32 yards and a touchdown. Robinson followed up that game with 3 catches, 2 of which were touchdowns against the Buffalo Bills, starting in place of Miles Austin while he was recovering from a hamstring injury. From Week 8 through Week 12, LaRon Robinson caught 24 passes for a total of 321 yards and 7 touchdowns. Robinson played a key role in the offense and registered career highs with 54 receptions for 858 receiving yards and a team-leading 11 touchdowns, having a 1-year contract with the Cowboys, and he became an unrestricted free agent at the conclusion of the season. He signed a 5-year, $32.5 million contract in which $14 million was guaranteed with the Jacksonville Jaguars on March 14, 2012. Although he was expected to be the team's #1 receiver, he failed to impress before being placed on injured reserve list. On November 21st, after suffering 4 concussions in one season, Robinson was seen as a health risk and was released on March 13, 2013. If it wasn't for the injuries that occurred when his career took off, he could have been a big problem for defenses and still playing.